Get your truck out of my way.
Nah, he binned it. He binned it.
Back in black. What a weapon. Now this truck, it was a concept in my head and I wanted to turn it into reality. I wanted to turn it into something that people would remember.
There you got it now.
Let's go right back to the beginning. Let's go a 14-year-old boy, and all I was interested, I just had this real passion for the land. I wanted to be on to work on farms, and I always liked the remoteness of Australian outback, and always had that in my dreams. And for me, working on my uncle's property as a 14-year-old, and he had a 75 series or 70 series, I think they were, a 70 series LandCruiser. It was the first of those square shapes, still had the steel dash. And I thought this thing was awesome. And that was my first introduction to, I want a LandCruiser. This is my dream car. And it was just a ute. And so once I bought the 76 LandCruiser, guess what? Never looked back. Season 4, 76 LandCruiser, that thing was a beast. And that's where the love affair just grew from there. You know, I don't have that story where I'm driving around, oh, I want a 45, and you know, all those old ones, yeah, they were there. I drove around them, I was in them, we did that. But the love affair came from the modern LandCruiser. And here I am with, you know, creative conversions, 200 series conversions, you know, those things are just out of control. 79 LandCruiser. We'd owned them before. Like, we've been building LandCruisers for years. Building that 79 for a long time. Chassis extension, first one, creative conversion. First one in Australia, 300 chassis extension. Simon drove in season 8.
Holy crap. It's proper washed out. It's all in that hole. Go on, straddle it. Maybe. Good grinder. We're going in, going up. Holy quadruple.
When you start with a 79 shell, it's built around the 70 series LandCruiser. It comes as a basic farm tractor. Let's face it. Now, I went and purchased the 79, and you get it. It's a GXL. It's got some power windows. You beauty. But this thing is a basic farm truck. The thing that sets it apart from every other truck is a V8 diesel. It has a turbo, it's V8, it's one of a kind. I don't think there's anything around in that size, in that space, that has a V8 diesel engine with a turbo swinging off it. So straight away, you're working with something that you can really expand on.
Just push it a bit further, make something a little bit different.
Like something that just sort of stands out, eye-popping.
Yep.
Out of the box, it's so rudimentary and basic, it's not funny.
Yeah, I got you.
But the beauty of the 79 is the second you get it and chuck a few bits and pieces on, it becomes a machine. Well, I know we get rid of the front bar and we'll get something sort of custom. Straight away, with the chassis extension, its GVMs, its load carrying capacity, its ability to travel off-road, all those things need to be altered. But the second you do, it makes it a truck. It makes it this machine. So, first thing you got to do is you got to talk to the boys in the industry, the guys that know the vehicles. Creative conversions, 300mm chassis extension. Straight away, changes the truck instantly.
So basically they get the 79 series extended to make the ride better. They don't ride really well when you put a lot of weight on the back of them, so by extending the chassis, they ride a lot better.
We know from season 8, when we did the first chassis extension and then we tested it down in Western Australia, and look, the difference, because Simon spends most of the time driving it, and he said the difference was just outstanding.
I'm out. Mate, I'm out. I've escaped.
You're out, mate.
Mate, you got to love front and rear diff lock.
Yeah?
I was totally stuck to where I couldn't get anywhere. Put the diff locks in and just
And got around.
out.
Oh, wow. By changing the track as well, because the 79 LandCruiser comes out with 100mm narrower track, which is, I don't know why they did it, but they did it. So the rear is narrow and the front's wider. The vehicle is doing this in an off-road situation and has this ability. Now, that is emphasised tenfold when you turn it into a tourer, because you want to put weight on the back, whether you're towing something or a canopy. So straight away, that's where the coil conversion comes from. Superior engineering, mate, they were onto it. They were straight onto it. Wow, look at the size of that thing. They knew the capabilities of the truck, and just by changing lengths and getting rid of those leaf springs and putting that coil conversion in, longer bars, all that sort of stuff, really changed the way the vehicle drove and how it handled load.
Complete new rear end, but way stronger than factory.
Now, coupled with great suspension, so a really good adjustable suspension package, which was developed, the Outback Armour kit was developed around my truck. And my particular use is touring. It's about being reliable, but also being able to carry load, tow load, carry load. You want a bit of comfort on the road. And so straight away, you need to put these comforts into the vehicle. Because yeah, it does, it comes with basics. You know, change the seat, change the head unit, change the steering wheel, change the system that runs all your power in the back, you know, batteries and like Red Vision, for instance, putting that new Red Vision system in. Now that Red Vision system was built for the caravan industry. I saw the potential straight away, and the first thing I saw was, get me that unit. I want that unit in my truck, because then I put it into a canopy. Because I knew that's the system we were looking for. You want to be able to focus on what you wanted to see, not have all this other fancy crap. You just wanted to go, right, how much power I got in my batteries? How much time is it going to take me to charge those batteries? Is my battery charging? Where's the charge coming from? All those little things, it doesn't sound like much, but if you want them at your fingertips, then that was the Red Vision system. It could do that. The thing with the truck, so when you want to step outside the zone, you start thinking about things, right? You start thinking, what can I change in this truck? How can I make this truck look good, perform well, and basically get people talking about it? And I get a lot of feedback. Like, people are saying, oh, what's the go with this and that? And one of those things are, like, for instance, the scoop. So it's got a bonnet scoop standard on the bonnet. Now I've chucked a light bar in there. And it's like, well, there's a reason for that. It doesn't have a top mount intercooler anymore. It was taken from the top, where all the heat and radiated heat comes off the engine, and it hangs around this thing which we're trying to keep cool, and we stuck it in front. All right, so the airflow comes through like that. Increase your horsepower. All right, straight away. Cooler air heading to the turbo. Another one was the air intake. So there's two snorkels coming in. Again, as much as you want the truck to perform, you also want it to look good. So I went with the double snorkels. Now it's a pipe snorkel. Yeah, it makes a bit of noise up near your ear hole there on that side. But guess what? I put this little rain deflector, I think they call them, and that cut down the noise by half. So little tweaks like that can make it work better. The two snorkels, only one is connected to the airbox, okay? We looked at it and we looked at it and went, there is too much plumbing, too much modification involved to bring the second snorkel across to the airbox. Because why? Am I going to get a gain? We looked at it and went, no, there's no gain. There's no gain in horsepower, there's no gain in airflow, there's no gain when you're crossing the river and you want, you know, above the water, none of that. So why bother? So it's purely a look factor. Just like you put alloy rims on your truck. They're gonna make my truck look good. Let's go with that, you know, so things like that. Another thing was how this truck sounded. It was very important. Oh, that's mad, mate. That is nuts, Matt. Absolutely nuts. Sounds like a jet engine. To make something sound like that, turbo. You've got to put a big fat turbo on. Oh, look at the size of the intake here. So this is where the cold air comes in.
Yep, so that feeds our big G turbo that's on there now.
And you don't just get any old turbo, all right? You don't get those gated turbos, okay? The old school stuff. We went with new school. VVT, variable vane technology. Have a look at that. So as the throttle gets open, so do the vanes on the turbo. Big fat turbo, get the air pumping out. There was a big fat intercooler that sat here.
It's all gone now.
Where'd that go?
Yep, pretty much in the bin. The front mount intercoolers run on them.
Yeah, there it is.
Unreal for intake temps on these 70 series cruisers.
Yeah.
It's definitely a must-have, especially with towing under heavy loads and the heat that we have in Australia. Turbo upgrade, intercooler upgrade, intake pipe upgrade, 4-inch exhaust, and a MPC clutch. And with these things in mind, Jase is going to be blown away with the power increase and the drivability he's going to get from it.
Nearly 1,000 Newton meters of torque.
From 314.
From 3, holy crap. Get the spool going, get that noise, that thing that makes people excited. And you know where that come from? It came from the Rambo movie. I watched the Rambo movie when I was 15, was First Blood. Okay? Rambo, First Blood. You know the one? We all know it. If you're in my era, you know it. And he jumps in, he steals the army truck, the old army truck. And this thing had the stack coming up the side, and all you could hear was the whistle of that turbo. And I've just gone, I like that. And that stuck in my head since I was 14. Turn the key, back in black, whistles. Pipe comes out the side, it's 4 inches round. It doesn't just come out once, it comes out twice. Remember, it's a V8, okay? There's 2 sides to that engine, 2 pipes, 2 dump pipes, bang, out the side. And it just sets the truck off. It's little things like that that really set the truck. This truck was built to be used in the bush and to be used off-road. When you build a truck, and you build it from concept to adventure, you start with the base. You start with the base truck, and then you start adding bits to it. By the time you get to the end, 8 months later, you're seeing how this thing comes together. And what I wanted wasn't for me, I wanted the reaction from the people that saw it for the first time. Because I've already seen it. I've seen it from here and gradually build, and so my momentum has slowed when I get to see it finished. So what we did was, I thought, I got to reveal this truck. I got to reveal it to the people that put a lot of effort and time into it, and really backed it. You know what I mean? Like really backed my vision. There she is, boys.
Wow. The jaw just drops. I've never heard a 79 sound like that.
Blew our minds, put it that way.
All the boys have put so much work in. It's a really, really nice vehicle.
Now, it's one thing to have an animal. You got to get out there and use it. So I set up the little gig, and we weren't going to take it out up north. We were just going to take it, down the road, in Skip Point, DI, all right, for a spin, all right? Everyone knows it. It's because everyone gets bogged there. And I'm thinking, yeah, that'll be the destination, that'll be the spot. I wanted to see this thing recover people on the beach. That was my thing. That was my whole thing, really. I went, I'm going to do some recoveries. So away we go. We start recovering some backpackers. But the one thing that stands out for me all time, and I'll remember this, I think I'm going to be telling you the story when I'm 80, 90, is we're at the spot. It's where everyone gets bogged. And of course, sure enough, you wait there long enough, 10 minutes, somebody's bogged. And look, in Skip Point is a trap for young players. Here we go, this looks familiar. What have we got here? All right. Turn the volume up for sure. Yeah, I remember this day. Here we go. Old mate bogged. I'll run you through that little video because that's what you want. You want a blow-by-blow on this video. I rock up to old mate. Like I said, I walked up. Hey mate, are you in trouble? Oh yeah, I'm bogged. Blah blah blah. He was a bit of a, novice. Okay, he's a bit green. You knew. I don't even think he dropped the air out of his tyres, or he may have drove on there and then dropped it out. So he's stuck. He's stuck in the bogged it in skip sand, right? And I know the sand. Of course, I live near there. Anyway, so I pull up and I pull out the big kinetic rope, by the way. There was one of our prototypes that we were playing around with. Pull out the kinetic rope, and this thing's nice and stretchy and does its thing.
All right, there we go. That should do the trick.
I had heaps of horsepower, I knew what was going to happen. But what I didn't know was old mate was going to sit there and he wasn't going to help. So generally when you do a snatch recovery or a kinetic rope recovery, when things take off, the vehicle being recovered, he gets his wheels going and he helps you out because, hey, we're trying to get out of here. The more help we can get. Back in Black had to do the whole shooting match.
We're good to go.
And so I hit the gas, the rope takes up, and the truck stops. It literally stops. But the power just keeps pouring on, which I was impressed by because I've got the throttle, I'm just pushing the throttle to the floor. And this thing just keeps winding up. So revs is going up like this, wheels are crunching down. I'm thinking, brr, and everyone just went, he's bogged. He'll bog it, he's bogging, he's gone, he won't do that. And he's stuck. So, and the truck with 37s just go brr, and the wheels are just pouring out this sand. It's digging down. Then all of a sudden it starts to move forward. And I see my rev gauge going up, and I'm thinking, right, I'm about to hit red line. You know what? I'm going to go for another gear. I got power here to go to second gear. So I've just gone a snap change. Now, I owned a Suzuki Sierra, a 1.3 litre Suzuki Sierra. It had a race engine in it. The thing was fast. It was good on the dirt drags. I think I won a couple of dirt drags with it. Small engine, but lots of power to weight. And so that whole snapping gears. I used to do race change where the throttle was flat to the floor and all it was is bang the clutch, the gears went straight through. And so I'm thinking, yeah, let's give that a whirl. But I haven't got a Suzuki Sierra anymore, this big 4-ton beast. So I think I did pull the foot off the accelerator for a split second and drop it back down. Anyway, I go for second gear, the change was smooth. And as soon as the clutch comes out, throttles to the floor, revs go up, it jumps into second gear and the rooster tails just hit the air, mate. Like it was like, and I couldn't see it, I'm just in the car snapping second, and then this thing just powers up even more. So the torque in this thing is nuts. And we're moving now. Everyone talks about that. It was pretty cool, let's face it. The video's pretty cool. That was a good day. Double Island, filmed it was back in black, the launcher back in black. It was good, it was cool, but you know what? Simon wasn't there. He wasn't there. I really wanted to show Simon. He until that point in time, like he'd never seen the build at all, never seen a thing. He knew I was building it, but he was off, he was busy doing his own thing at the time. I was focused on the build. I'd speak to him on the phone, but actually, and he'd come around and stuff like that, but the truck's off. It's getting built, it's not in my workshop the whole time. So Simon come over, pulled it out of the garage, he had a look at it, and his reaction was good. It was cool. Simon's, he played around with 79s. You've seen him driving them. He drove them. He had a 79 in season 5.
Nearly!
New 79 in season 8. So we're building these things years ago, and so he's driven all the 79s on the show. Yeah, I never got to drive one. Anyway, he rocks up, and yeah, look, his initial reaction, and I know it is always hard to impress Simon, but I think he was impressed.
Check that out.
That looks great.
That looks pretty tough, doesn't it?
That looks great.
So yeah, he really liked it. He He liked it. But like any truck, it's how it performs.
I think we need to swap spots.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Red Line Master wants to drive my new truck.
Hell yeah, he wants to drive it.
All right, mate, so just be gentle with it.
Oh, listen to that. Wow.
Seatbelt on.
Seatbelt on.
I don't know what I was thinking. I said yes to Simon, the Red Line Master, jumping in my truck to start redlining.
Wow.
I think it felt like a bit of an anticlimax almost, because we just went down the backyard. Like, this thing's good and rev, you know, power and grunt and spinning some wheels and stuff. And yeah, it was cool. It was cool, but it wasn't over the top. And so straight away, Simon goes, let's get this thing on the tracks. Now, if anyone knows, if you're going to take a truck and do some sort of articulated type, you know, crazy stuff, everyone goes to Glasshouse. I hate Glasshouse. That place, I hate it. Yeah, there's some tracks there and stuff like that. That's the stuff I did when I was a kid. I'm looking for adventure, not mud holes to get lost in and destroy trucks on. But I got convinced otherwise by my crew that this is the place to go. And so I said yes. Wow. Yeah. Jesus. Started off really well. Back in black, water, mud, holes from hell. Yeah, this thing's rumbling in it.
That's nuts, dude.
This truck is out of control. It's spotless. Like, I'm talking about polished.
The bag's not washing it. He's got it. He smoked it. Oh yeah! Ha ha! Hoorah!
I'm pretty sure the guys, Longy at Vogue Industries, who put the whole build and brought the whole build together with me. And mate, they're polishing that thing. They put some Pompanazzi finish on it. Like, I think they put that on the chassis as well while they were at it. And it's like, this thing is spotless. And then I go and take it to Glasshouse. Yeah, and the first thing I do is shove it in a hole the size of the truck. And water over the top, and V8 rumbling, and tyres, and mud, and spit, and water, and crap, and black soot, and the whole thing. Oh, it's great, but it hurts. It does hurt a little bit, because when you get your truck dirty for the first time, it's never the same. It's never the same ever again. Anyway, we head off. We're doing the days in mud, and pull out. I'm stuck, bogged, yeah, tug here, do that, do this.
You can see why it gets washed out. Bloody idiots like him. Like I said, full drive wall.
Yeah, we got some content, we're cool, let's go. One last run, we'll go up this thing called Big Red. Everyone talks about it. You know, all right, turn around, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a flood.
Did the mud wash off much?
Actually did a bit.
1, 2, 3, 3 points. Because you know what Glasshouse is like, there's like 5 tracks, you can pick 5. As soon as that one becomes too hard, they get cut another one like that. I know which one was good. I went left. Oh, I'll just drive through here. And when you're in the Glasshouse, the holes, you don't know how deep they are because people just keep gouging them out. Water keeps filling them up, people keep gouging them out. So I drive in and it looked like a regular sort of, you know, sort of bit of mud and pop out the other side. Holy sh**.
He's in trouble. He's in proper trouble.
It was hard on one side, soft on the other, drive in and the car goes brr. So it drops down on one side and the other side doesn't drop at all.
Oh, sh**. Oh, sh**. So much for not rolling it. He's all but rolled it. Dude!
I'm in the truck. I'm thinking, I'll tell you, I got on the radio. If Simon can get a snatch strap on me and sort of pull me up because water's coming into my truck. Water's coming in, right? Something, we got to get this thing out of the water.
Can we pull you forwards or backwards?
Forwards, man, forwards. I'm not going anywhere.
No, you're in proper.
Water's not coming in yet. So Simon comes back, he's like, yeah, I'm onto it, and he's there, and he comes back. Now, the problem with the track goes to the right. I'm on my right side, and there is like a bit of bush on the left, and Simon's gone bang, straight, hook her up, and Simon's in his head, I'll get him out and I'll move him forward.
Go, 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 come on. Go, go, go.
But as he moves forward, he pulls to the right because he's following the track. So it's moving forward, and I'm hoping it's going to hit the embankment, pull it like this. And then it sort of starts launching up, but then suddenly it gets to the point. Now, this is the point where not everyone has seen. Like, the guys, you guys watching Unleashed, so unleashed.tv, so if you've subscribed to that, you've seen the whole thing. But those guys who don't know about that or haven't subscribed or anything like that, they haven't seen this. So watch this bit. If you haven't got Unleashed, you got to watch this bit. So it comes up, it hits the hard embankment, and it's up like this, and then I'm expecting it to come down, but he decides he wants to keep rearing like this, and Simon keeps the hammer down, and he's got the 200, and the thing just goes boom. And now it's not just in soft mud, it's smacked the side of the embankment. Simon, you're gonna need that winch. Just grab my winch out or your rear winch and just get me on the angle. It's hit the side of the embankment and it's smashed me truck. Brand new, beautiful truck. Not a mark on it. Now it's broken. And I couldn't help it. I couldn't help but think back when Simon rolled his 79 all those years ago.
Holy sh**! Holy! That wasn't good, was it? Holy sh**! Wouldn't be happy with that.
Oh my God, man! Oh my God!
Yeah, we're now. Now we're
Nah, winch. Come on, man, winch.
You get out. This is messed up right here. Oh, prevent my ass!
When I had that YouTube video that went viral, global, ballistic, I popped my head out of the top of the window and went, "All for adventure, my ass!" And look, that's where I got it from Simon. Couldn't help it. But on the day, I wasn't overly happy about it. Like, not happy at all. In fact, I was pretty pissed. And, you know, your truck, put a lot of time and effort into something and then you crush it. I remember the first time I rolled my pride and joy, which was my little Suzuki. I'd rolled that thing 3 times after that. But I remember the day I rolled my truck. My little Suzuki was brand new, and that was the feeling. It was that feeling where you know your vehicle is never going to be the same again. Is it ever going to get back to what it was? You know, what's the damage going to be like? And you know, things like that. That was running through my head. I was half thinking that, you know. I'm sitting in there going, don't pull me sideways, don't pull me sideways. All right, you're gonna need your foot on that. Come on, baby, come on.
Did you see that?
Come on.
That was messed up. reckon if I keep the weight on you,
Yeah.
and you hook your winch up,
And then
I'll
I'll
just slowly let you go and you
I
slowly
gotcha.
drive
Okay,
out.
You control that.
And then we're not doing carnage to the side of your truck. Let's have a look at the carnage already. At least you're back on your feet. And you're laid in the mud, so a bit of a ding there.
Door. Oh. Fell in that hole there.
Yeah. It's messed up right there.
All right. Let's pull this sucker out.
It's okay, girl. We'll get you out. It's not too much damage.
All good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yep, you're out. I'll just unhook my winch.
Am I out?
Yeah, you're out.
So we got the truck. We got it back up on its wheels. All right. And the first thing you look at is you look at what damage there is, you know. And when you first look at it, it didn't look like there was much damage at all.
You know, you just went through that puddle back there to get the mud off.
Yeah.
You need to do it again.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It actually doesn't look that bad.
No. No, you come out pretty good. I know what you've done. Oh, it's trying to work. You've damaged
Oh,
it.
it's got too much mud to suck
Oh, yeah,
on
too
it.
much weight. mate.
It's got weight on it. You got to get the mud off it, poor thing. All I can see is a dent.
That's pretty much it. Dent there and a dent in your
And
snorkel.
a dent there. That's all I can see. The mirror survived. Oh, nah, the door's good.
Mate, you went all out testing it, didn't you? You went all out.
Yeah, I didn't need to do that, but
No, you didn't.
I didn't really need to do that bit.
No.
But
The glasshouse, mate.
yeah, there's a reason why there's water in that hole, don't you?
Yeah.
Because it's
Big.
mud that
Yep.
doesn't have a bottom in it. And that's what happened. You know what we could have done, don't you? Probably should have done a slow recovery
Yeah.
with a winch.
Yeah, we should have.
Yeah.
Hindsight's a good thing.
Hindsight is a good thing.
I was panicked. I was waiting for all,
Yeah, like I'm
water
in
coming
it.
in and
I'm in it.
let's just get you out.
Let's have a look in here, eh?
Here we go. Well, there's another big heap coming out to meet you, so oh, look at that. It's brand new in there, buddy. It's brand new. Not a drop. There's one thing, they're sealed good, hey?
The mud is on the outside.
Yeah, they are sealed well.
The mud is on the outside only.
I'm gonna go get my truck.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I think I'm not going to cry. I think I'll laugh it off. I'll laugh it off. That'll do. Ha! Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Well, if that's a test that you got to put a truck through to see what he can do, that's the test. Come off actually pretty good, considering there's just about a small little dent, just a little dent there. Only a little one, little dent on the snorkel, that's all. It's not too bad.
Nah.
A little dent.
Yeah.
was only a soft little roll. A bit like your roll, mate.
Absolutely.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You've done it too now.
In 11 years.
The L79.
11
mate.
years, mate. I haven't put anything on its side.
You haven't? Have you rolled? No, you haven't
No.
even rolled the quad, but you
I-
rolled the buggy once. But that was off camera. We didn't do that on camera.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, he rolled the buggy once.
No, I didn't.
He did.
11 years. I haven't put anything on its side. 11 years. All right, what?
Except for the buggy.
No, that's
Didn't
not.
happen.
Didn't happen. 11 years.
Well, you did it proper. The Glasshouse got you, mate.
I ain't going near the glass house again.
That's it. They make a good cafe back at the Glasshouse Township.
Do they? Let's go there. Let's go to the cafe. But when you sort of start to get into it, you know, it dinted the pillar, the snorkel was crushed, and you know, all those things, the rear, you know, the tray fared well, but it did take, you know, scratched all the rubberized coating, all that sort of stuff. So when you really get into it, it did a fair bit of damage to a brand new truck. Heading off for season 11. Back in Black is good to go. We're out on the road, start towing heavy gear, heading north. I'm excited. I'm excited. You know, look, it was pretty good. It's good on the bitumen, it tows, got plenty of power, and then feeding this thing and getting it into, you know, feeding it straight into season 11. You know, Back in Black, doing what it was built to do, and that was concept to adventure. Now it's adventure time. Let's do this. It's gold when you get somebody sitting in the passenger seat and you're off-road and you're really hooking into this thing, you know, and not because you're trying to be an idiot or race around, but you know, you're pouring the power in because you've got the big trailer on the back and you're in the soft sand or the mud, and you see the smile on their dials. Tommy, when he was sitting in that passenger seat, he had a grin from ear to ear. And the kids at Mornington Island loved it. And, you know, the noise, the stance. That's why 79s are so popular, because they really draw a crowd. Hello! 79 had a mission. Its mission, like Mornington was good, was cool. Get on the gas, mate, I'm gonna come through hot.
Nice work, you smoked it.
But its real challenge was the Nesbit. You just go in. We went out into traditional land to get to a destination. A cyclone-ravaged track was nuts. And the 79 just gobbled that thing up, chewed it and spat it out. It led the way the whole track. It was the lead car and it just ate it. It ate it for breakfast. I'm up. That was its real purpose. That's the real reason why it was built. And things like when you come up out of those creek beds, through. I remember that one going through that gully there. I come out the other side through the soft sand and I've gone first. I've snapped second. And this thing is just roaring. And when it's in the bush and you're enclosed in the bush, it just rumbles. That's how it's done.
Wow.
Third gear, wheels rooster tailing. Mate, that's the coolest thing since sliced bread. Then there was the ultimate test. And everyone knows the track, the Frenchman's.
And have a go at it, mate. What a specky bit of countryside.
It's pretty cool. That open sand country, mate.
Yeah, I love this sort of country.
I don't think anyone else has towed 7-metre trailers through this track. It was a mission. I knew it was going to be a mission. 79, it was capable of it.
Give you some sort of idea what the wet season does, huh?
We're driving on a little bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, and that little bridge lets go, that'll be the end of that track.
It was towing the heaviest, the biggest trailer through that track.
Nothing you can do about it.
It was a big ask.
I gotta go back.
Is that all we got to get it changed?
Too late.
Yeah, don't worry, you're all good. Nice and steady, you're good. Charlie's getting a good one. I think your trailer will pop up over those rocks, all right?
Wow. The only thing I would have to say was, is that truck probably needed an auto on that track. Other than that, that thing was incredible. Here we go. It's just sheer horsepower when you need it to get that momentum. And then the fact that, you know, it's got this winch from hell, the red winch from hell on the front.
Come on. Put some weight on that friggin' winch rope.
That's hardcore winching right there. Come on, baby, come on. Come on. Come on.
Hey! Out of there.
I reckon all other winches would have just given up and gone home.
Oh, talk about speed. Ha! I told ya. All right, winch me out.
Here's the thing with the 79. This is all for adventure in general. We're not your bash and crash. I'm not interested in going down a track just to get to the end of it. I want to go down a track. I want a destination. I want a reason. The track is part of the journey. But the whole adventure is why we go on the journey. Jesus!
Yeah, you're good. All good.
How's my balance point?
Yeah, you're good.
That's it.
Jesus!
Jesus!
He's a bit worried, man.
So for me, the destination is important. And a lot of the time I go down tracks, you know, a lot of the time I go down tracks because I want that destination at the end, or whether I'm trying to cross from east to west, like the Frenchman's, you know, it was a mission to get from point to point, which was the coastline. And a reason for it. And you're going to haul all these toys and this big gear and this, you know, when you get there, it was a mission getting there, but when you get there, it's like, wow, I'm so glad we hauled that 7-metre trailer there, because now I take my buggy off of my boat and off I go further and off into more adventure. Beautiful looking fish.
Look at you.
How nice is that? So the 79 was built for that, and it achieved that. We could live out of the back of it, you cook out of it, you got refrigeration, battery power, run things, store gear, carry fishing rods, all that sort of stuff. Outboard, you know, rooftop tent on the top, all those sort of things that you want when you go out on an adventure. The favourite thing about owning this truck would have to be just driving it in the bush.
Coming all into the rears and get run over.
When you get in the bush with this truck and you're towing big gear, you just know that you've got a capable machine that'll get you through. These are the things I like about the truck. I like it because it's different. I like it because it's functional. And I like it because it's got a name now and people know it. And when people see it, they know the truck. And I can't believe it. I can't believe it's gone so far.
Oh, there we go, guys.
Will I ever get rid of this truck? I don't think I will. I think this truck is going to sit in my garage forever.
Want full episodes of All for Adventure ad-free? Go to unleashed.tv for our full library of content.